All right. So we're going to have a look at this video by Vara Dark. Dark Titan Media. It's titled Devs Scam Gamers Again. Mortal Kombat Collection broken as fuck, input lag, missing features, and low quality. Let's check this out.
Companies are so worried about making as much money as quickly as possible that they're not worried about impressing their fans and actually keeping audiences happy and on their side. And unfortunately, Mortal Kombat the Legacy Collection recently released, and it is getting raked across the coals by gamers because it's got some major technical issues.
I don't know if scam is the correct term. Right, I mean, we almost said it. We almost got everything that we paid for in terms of like what was advertised. Almost, right? But there is obviously a lot of quality and assurance issues that clearly were ignored or was not properly addressed or never happened. And that's why these things need to be addressed. But I don't feel scammed. In saying that though, I did cancel my collectors. I did cancel my deluxe because I'm like, nah, I can't. You know, imagine like I spent $295 Australian on the collector's edition, which I now got a refund for, right? Because of not the fact that I don't think they can't fix it, just the fact of like, well, it's sort of soured things a little bit, or maybe a little bit more trepidatious. So I'm like, look, I'm not trying to spend the money elsewhere, right? Like this is, you know, like I've got the game. I'm not refunding my game that I bought on Steam. I am holding out hope that we'll get to where it needs to be. A lot of things are definitely moving in a fast pace in regards to this, because this video is 3 days old and we've had a variety of patches since then which have addressed certain issues. But there's a lot to go. And my previous video talking about the Discord server for Digital Eclipse, please check it out if you want to, because it showcases like all the sections and stuff that you can do to submitting bugs and all sorts of issues that you're finding.
I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I do love a good remake or remaster or legacy collection for the series that I love the most, don't get me wrong, and I'm definitely somebody who will show up to buy these products if they're not constantly pumping them out. Maybe every couple of years we get one. But unfortunately, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, I would probably wait to purchase this, or at least know what you're getting yourself into and what you're spending $50 on, because the Legacy Collection, which recently released, has launched to mixed reviews on Steam because of major technical issues. So Mortal Kombat the Legacy Collection should have been an easy win. It bundles together the first 4 MK games, including the WaveNet version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, previously thought lost, as well as less fondly remembered spin-offs like Mortal Kombat Mythology, Sub-Zero for the sake of completeness, and the memes. It also comes with an interactive documentary about the history of the series, which does sound really cool, yet within the days of release, 55% of its Steam reviews are negative, input lag is unacceptably high in every game, even offline, says.
Yeah, the documentary's great, but I didn't pay $66, right? You know, this ain't no Kojima film. No Kojima game, right? I didn't pay $66 for documentary. I paid for Mortal Kombat Collection, because if the documentary wasn't part of it, I still would have bought it, right? It's great. It's an amazing documentary. I'm been working through it with my son, so he gets to see where Mortal Kombat came from and why I love it so much. And even he's like just amazed at all of this cool stuff that used to happen in the creation of it and all the interviews and whatnot. And it's really, really cool. So I'm exposing the Mortal Kombat Legacy and what made it great to my 20-year-old son. So that way he understands why his dad loves it. Many other people love it. And that's, yeah. So, but if it wasn't in there, I still would have bought it because I wanted a collection of MK games. And not just the arcade ones, the home ones. And when you've got things like input lag, crashing, glitching now, online is just, you know, like we can find matches now, but like it's a 50-50. Is it going to be like audio garbled, you know, lag fest like we're playing on a 56k modem? Or if you're closer to someone, it's great. I honestly think that this, whatever network they're using, is not rollback netcode. It's something else. Somebody said it's delay based, and it's probably true actually. But either way, it is horrific. It's really, really bad, right? And, you know, for people who don't understand, it's like, well, I don't like playing offline. I don't care for offline. Yeah, but if you played these games with people back in the day, with your mates or down at the arcade, right? Online is just the digital connection between two people or more people, right? That's all it is, right? You're taking something that can only be done physically and turning it into something now we can do it all over the world with people, not just with friends that we used to know, but friends that we now know online and everywhere. That's how you got to look at it. Okay. Moveless missing stuff. You know, some games might have like I think the one button fatalities or something weren't available for the arcade versions. We didn't have combo lists. Whole range of stuff, right? And that's what I'm saying. Guys like me have been playing this stuff straight for 30 plus years. You know, if it wasn't in the arcade, it was on the home consoles that we owned. And if it wasn't on the home consoles, and when I got my PC in my late teens, early 20s, and emulation was brought to my attention, one of the first things I started looking into was like, oh my god, can we actually play the arcade versions of MK on my PC without having to spend a single dollar? Right? Like, that was the appeal of emulation, because you can actually play arcade games that had either not been available anymore in the arcade, right? Or whatever other reason, and just in the comfort of your own home in your pajamas. Loved it.
One with some players complaining it's even noticeable in the menus. Others are upset that the online's in a terrible state, quick play matches with random people only. You can't queue for more than one game at a time, so the community splintered between games. Another laments the 360/PS3 MK collection that came out over 10 plus years ago had better netcode than this. And it's not just the input lag in online that...
And lobbies, I think it had a lobby system. X-Band on the SNES and the Mega Drive had lobbies. You know, like, again, right? Like, it's not about like I've played quite a few games now, right? And I've played against some friends. I've played against strangers, and I don't care about getting a rank. Like, for me personally, I don't care about being the top of the leaderboard. That doesn't interest me whatsoever. But being able to hang out with your mates in a room like you would in real life if you could, that's really awesome. That's really, really fucking cool. You know, and that's what I look forward to doing, setting up like a Fate room, you know, for that. So people can just join in, we set up the games, have some fun.
That players are complaining about either. It's the AI coming in for the drubbing as well, since half of the match is just the enemy social distancing. They're staying 6 feet away from me. God forbid characters get COVID. And this is so sad to see, because it's not like this is, I don't know, a $5 or a $10 legacy collection that they...
Hang on, wait a sec. Hang on, I just had my microphone muted. Hang on, because the dogs are going nuts. So hang on a sec, is this the AI crap they were talking about? When everyone's losing their fucking minds about AI being in the game. Is this what they're talking about? Because I thought it was related to like the menus that we see with the scrolling like backgrounds in the menus, which I personally love. I don't give a fuck if AI built them. They look great. Why would I give a fuck? It's a fucking menu picture, right? It looks amazing, right? I don't give a shit about that. If they're complaining about the AI, then you really don't understand classic Mortal Kombat. Yes, classic Mortal Kombat AI was designed to steal your fucking money, right? The AI in Mortal Kombat was a fucking bully, right? It's as simple as that. This motherfucker would take your lunch money every fucking time you stepped up to the cabinet. Every time. It was designed that way. Sweep throws. You can't even do that, right? In MK2, they'll do a sweep on you and then just throw you, right? They have like ninja perfect timing. They can get around shit that you can't as a player because it was designed to take your money. And the only way to beat these games is with cheesy techniques. This is like, whoever wrote this obviously doesn't understand classic Mortal Kombat. Now, there is an extra easy mode in there. The problem with that is that I don't think it's working as intended. You see, I'm assuming here, without some sort of developer telling me, is that extra easy gameplay, extra easy difficulty should be taking the very first stage, like the very first match that you play, which normally would be easy, and applying that to every single fight working up the tower. Because unfortunately, the way that classic MK works, except unless you're playing on like the maximum difficulty, is that even after you set it to the easiest difficulty, by the time it gets to the third fight, it's already kicked into very hard, no matter what. Right? So that's the problem with the AI in Mortal Kombat. Right? So then it turns people off, naturally. And then you have to learn cheese techniques, naturally. Oh, sure, it might build up your reflexes and stuff. I mean, I can do this stuff in my sleep now. But it's not good game AI to fight. Right? They're not going to redo the AI. What they have to do, and hopefully what they are doing with this extra easy mode, is making it so that, you know, it's taking the first easy difficulty and applying it to every fight, so it doesn't scale. Like, it shouldn't scale if you set it to extra easy. It should just be stuck at low, and it stays at low, so that way people at least have a fighting chance. But if that's what they're talking about, and I know what they're talking about, the staying 6 feet away part, that's Ultimate MK3 and MK Trilogy, right? The AI changed from MK3, where they would run in, and the easy technique with that was either roundhouse, right, or sweep, and then you do a sweep again, regardless of what you do, and it makes them jump back, so it gives you a window of opportunity. They changed the AI from that to the social distancing one, where if you move back, they move with you. If you move forward, they move back, right? Don't get too close or they attack you, right? From there, we had to figure out new techniques to how to get the game to open up to cause it to make a mistake so we could take advantage of it. And the pinnacle, like the absolute, like, and it's hard to do, but it works, is that you can actually uppercut them when they run in. If you time the uppercut, every character can do it. This is the good thing about AI in Mortal Kombat games and the old ones. Every character can apply the same cheesy technique, right? Every character. You don't have to be specific characters to do it. So when they run in, if you time the uppercut, you uppercut, do a sweep, they jump back, they run it again, uppercut, sweep, jump back. When they jump back, you can throw a fireball, harpoon, freeze, whatever you want to do. See if you can chip off some more damage. But ultimately, that's how you cheese the AI.
Expect you to put a couple of hours into, and sure, maybe it's not the highest level of quality. No, it's like they put the least amount of effort into this possible, and I'm so sick and tired of companies doing this. I would rather you not ever touch a franchise again than release some cash grab, low effort fucking slop, and then you have that stain on your legacy and have that stain on your reputation. According to Digital Eclipse's FAQ, lobbies are coming in a post-release update. If a game is not ready to release, don't release it. It's not that shocking, guys. If you didn't have the time or the workers to put in all of the effort, then just delay the game and actually have the...
I said that a while ago. I said, like, if it meant making sure it was pinnacle perfect, delay the game. I don't care. I've got the games on my PC right now. I can play them anytime I want. Right? I'm not missing out here in terms of access to every MK game. Yeah? But I agree with this statement 100%. Right? The online arcade, from now what we've seen from a leak, looks pretty fucking cool. Right? You know, it's using the same menu layout. It all looks very cool, very crisp, very clean. Obviously, you create a room, and within that room, you create essentially like miniature lobbies. Right? And in those lobbies, each one is a particular game. So I could run a Fate room, and in that Fate room, you could have multiple lobbies. You could have one for MK2 Arcade, one for MK1 Genesis, one for MK Trilogy, one for MK4 Arcade, and one for, say, maybe Ultimate MK3, like 3 Super Nintendo. Now, I'm just spitballing here. I don't know how many games you can create in a particular lobby. I don't know if the 16-player lobbies refers to 16 players inside the game that they've selected to all play inside the room, or it's 16 players maximum for the room. I don't know. But you can spectate and all sorts of jazz. However, the problem is, though, is that if they waited to release this, right, this whole game with online arcade, I'd almost guarantee, maybe, I'm just guessing here, that the online would have been far superior, because it sounds like what we've got right now is some sort of like Frankenstein online mode that is not rollback. There's no way this is fucking rollback. I can load up the Capcom Fighting Collections right now and not have an issue playing anyone in the world. But there's something, whatever this is some Frankenstein monster shit. So they need to not have that in there. And what it does is that the people don't know that the online arcade is actually coming, like a proper online arcade. They go, is this it? Is this the slop shit arcade mode that we've, like the online mode that we've got? I wanted to play with my friends tonight, but I can't. I can't even set up a lobby. I can't even fucking private invite them. Like, we don't even have that option while we wait. At the very least, have the private option to do that. It's wild shit, man.
These lobbies coming in the full release because you've actually said to yourselves, we don't want to scam our customers. No, but companies don't care. In the weeks following launch...
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if scam's the right word. However, I will say this, and I've said it before, that Digital Eclipse should have told us about 2 weeks out what the plan was. They kept telling us, you'll have information close to launch. Well, what does that mean? Like a week before? I thought it would be about a week before. 2 weeks before. That sounds reasonable. Especially when you're dealing with something that, when it comes to a fighting game, having online is an absolute must and the bare minimum of what you need, right? In terms of like giving people the ability to play with their mates and stuff like that. Now, if you don't care for that, that's fine. But this game was not made for you. It was not made for me exclusively. It was made for all Mortal Kombat Legacy fans and hopefully some new ones. And when you make a product that you know, has to appeal to different types of demographics that are interested in what they like to get out of a fighting game, you've got to have something that's workable online. And whatever this is not working, right? Now, maybe they were forced to release it early. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there that make excuses for this. Well, they'll fix it. Don't worry about it. They'll get on it. That's not the point. They have our money. Do you understand that? They have our fucking money. And if it was anything else out there that people weren't emotionally and nostalgically invested in, I guarantee you, these people will be losing their shit and demanding a refund, demanding fixes and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to something that people are too emotionally involved in, they start to get really fucking weird. Oh, we can't. Oh, look, they'll fix it, guys. Don't worry about it. There are so many games out there. Okay, forget that. Scrap that. I could load up Fightcade right now and play all the fucking games that are on the Legacy Collection, except for MK4 Arcade. And that'll probably end up being thrown on there too. Because they've already dumped WaveNet. You don't think they're going to dump the MK4 version that they've actually fixed? Right? Fightcade is free. Fightcade, I played a guy in Ireland. I think it was Ireland. Or maybe that was on the Legacy Collection, my mate Ringy. I think it was Legacy, but I fought Daryl Sung in Canada, and I fought a guy in Britain, and it was like I was sitting next to him. And this is in a free fucking app with rollback. Okay? And when you pay money, and you go, yeah, I love to play these games offline. Nobody's taking that away. But if I can't go online and play with my mates every now and then, or however often you want, or have the option to, right? Then that's a problem. Because, again, if people are in the know of what's coming out, they're going to sit there and go, the fuck is this shit? And then you add in all the other extras, the input lag, varying on all the different systems, and even offline. I noticed when I was playing Trilogy offline on the very first day that I felt like I was kind of being held back a bit, which is obviously the input lag, right? And then we had 32X version with not the proper sound, stuff like that. Now we've got a fucking popping sound, right? And again, I've been playing these games for 30 years. I know exactly how they sound. I know exactly how they feel and how they look. So when you pay money for this stuff, people have the right, as the customer, to be angry.
We will add online arcade, a system where you can create lobbies, choose the players, and rotate games for the tastes of your private group of friends. We're finalizing the UI details on these features now. There's also been a hotfix to deal with some of the audio issues and a handful of other bugs, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to put it in a very high state of quality because it is still sitting at mixed. There are still bad reviews being put onto Metacritic, and yeah, just a lot of people are still very, very unhappy with this. I'm so sick and tired of companies going, nostalgia sells. Let's put the least amount of effort into a product release possible. I mean, there's tons of
I will push back on this, right? I can tell that they love it. I can tell that they the product that they've crafted is very, very well done in terms of, right, menu. Although we're getting menu glitches now, right? We'll forget the glitch, right? That obviously came in and through a recent patch, whatever. But the menus look great. They look like Mortal Kombat Classic. They sound like Mortal Kombat with the audio and ambience, right? Everything's crisp. Everything's clean. Everything moves really fast. Nothing feels convoluted. Everything is easily explained. It doesn't feel like you need to go to university to understand where the fuck to go and understanding shit. All of that is great, right? The combatant section is amazing, you know, where you can read up on all the different characters and things like that. There's a lot in there, and it's all very serviceable and very easy to access, okay? But when you start to peel the layers back and you start getting into the nitty-gritty of each single game, and then getting online with some of these games, that's when you start to see, like, the issues, right? So
people here who have even refunded. Was really hyped for this game. I wanted a way to play UMK3 again, like back during the 360 port, but the input lag is insane. The patch yesterday lowered it a bit, but it's still bad. And looking into this is a problem on a level that is just unfixable for digital clips from the looks of it. So I had to refund. It is not worth the $50. And again, yeah, it's not like it's, I don't know, $10 and they're just kind of throwing these your way and hoping that you can play them. No, I mean, this is a significantly...
Alright. For comparison's sake, right? So, we had... So, Kizuna Encounter Super Tag Battle, right? It's like 1,000-year-old Neo Geo SNK game, right? Okay? It has, like, it's got a jukebox. You know what? I'll see if I can share my screen. Let me see if I can share my Steam page, right? Because, you know, people just think that, like, this is just horse piss, right? So let me just stretch it. There we go. Now I'll just turn off the YouTube video. Hang on a second. Is that gonna show my Steam? Is it? There we go. Turn it up. It's not gonna show up. Oh, fuck it. All right, hang on. Let me do this. I'll do it this way. Put Vara back. There you go. Where is my option? It's sorry. It's not even gonna fucking show it. What's my fucking option to do that? I want to show you this. I want to show you, right? The Steam page, right? Is it gonna work now? No, it's not gonna work. I don't know. Let me Anyway, we'll keep playing the video while I get this sorted out, because I'm gonna show you what SNK's been doing with a couple of games that they've done recently.
Priced product. Poor effort by Digital Eclipse, greedy money grab, queuing for an hour until I gave up. They couldn't even add a bind for step in and out for MK4. Bought for myself to see what all the fuss is about regarding this collection coming in hot. MK3 Arcade and MK Trilogy feel worse to play than the versions I have on GOG that run off of DOSBox. They look about the same too on my modern monitor, with next to no upscaling introduced, although there's the option for a poorly done CRT filter that just washes everything out. The older games feel laggy even on the character select screen. screens. And if you were really hoping that Digital Eclipse was maybe going to put some extra time and effort into this, I would think again, because this game clearly did not sell as well as they were probably hoping. Sure, a collection like this isn't supposed to have 100,000 people in game. You can't expect them to do insane numbers, but when the all-time peak was only 1,012 for such a classic collection.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you're not going to have gigantic numbers with this sort of game. That I think that's fairly obvious, right? You know, but anyway, let me quickly show you this, right? Because this is very important. So this is over here on my Steam, right? You can see here, this is a 1,000-year-old fucking Neo Geo game. Kazuna Encounter Super Tag Battle, which I got, right? It's fucking less than half the price than the Legacy Collection. Now, you're going to say, it's only one game, and you're absolutely 100% correct. 100% correct. Yet, at the moment, it's got mostly positive reviews at 27. Alright? This thing has rollback. Four-player fights, retrofitted with rollback netcode, fast-paced online games, and blah, blah, blah. Right? It's got training functions as well. Okay. It's got all the warriors that it talks about too. It's got, lets you mix up to lobbies for up to 9 players, multiple tournament formats. Obviously, yeah, rollback netcode. You can even team up and throw down with fellow challenges, simultaneous four-player battles. Blah, blah, blah. Right. So, and then you've got Real Bout that was also released, because what Neo Geo are doing, it seems, is taking these old games in a singular focus and re-releasing them basically with like almost like a brand new fighting game release, right? This fucking thing has rollback netcode, right? It's got a lobby system up to 9 players, multiple tournament formats. So obviously what they're doing is that, you know, you got artwork to look at, unlock achievements, practice mode. I mean, like, this is okay. So I love Digital Eclipse collections, right? If we look at their Atari one, right, very positive. Okay, and right now I don't have I don't have any of the DLC at the moment, right? But they've got a new one coming out for the Namco Legendary Pack. There's already the first console war and the other one, the wider world of Atari, right? This is all Digital Eclipse and Atari, same as Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Yeah, it's very positive, obviously, because it's looking like, yeah, there's definitely no online mode. You can remote play together though, which basically simulates couch co-op mode, which is why you've got split screen PvP and then split screen co-op, right? But this is Digital Eclipse. They're still bringing out DLC for it. So obviously, like with Atari backing them, that they got the funds there, yeah, to be able to fix this stuff. Now you're dealing with an IP that is eclipsing, literally, Atari, and that's Mortal Kombat. I can tell you right now, the MK fans will never let them not fix it. Right? Because we've been waiting for, like I said, I've been playing these games in my own way for 30 years. But in an official capacity, where I don't have to load up an emulator anymore, and I don't want to load up fucking Fightcade and stare at the boring ass lobby. I want to have something that's cool. I want to have the music, the jukebox and the music playing. I want to have the lobby system where I can sit there and see my mates online and play other people and all sorts of shit. I want it all in there. And they've got a great foundation.
And it's supposed to be a easy sale to nostalgic Mortal Kombat fans. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to put a lot of extra effort into this. I don't see them making major improvements for 1,000 people here. And yes, it did sell and release on other platforms, so maybe it did a little bit better there. But
I'd probably guarantee you that it would sell. It probably has sold better than like Atari Collection. I don't know if it'll be up on par with the Cowabunga Collection, but they definitely have to do like this is a massive IP, and Mortal Kombat fans, despite how crazy they can be, also will hold them to account. Not all of them. Some people are perfectly acceptable have this perfectly acceptable mentality of, well, yeah, they'll fix it. Don't worry about it. I got what I wanted out of it. Why are you complaining? And that's completely terrible. That's anti-consumer. And it just means that you're allowing bad business behaviors to continue just because you love something. If you love something, you should love it enough to have it get sorted out.
But when you only see 1,000 for the all-time peak at release, you can't expect it to do so good in their minds that they say, we're gonna keep infinitely updating it. We're gonna make this the high quality experience everybody wanted, because they just say, well, we already got their sale, so tough shit. There are some positive reviews here of people saying the only negative point I've found is that the SNES MK1 has really bad input lag. It's literally unplayable. I know this is already the lesser version, but it is the one I grew up with, and it's a shame I cannot play it. Yep. And I think that if part of the product is unplayable, it should not get a positive across the board. I tried so hard to like this, but god, the input delay is horrific. I definitely am pushing a refund on this. I'm sorry, but I think you guys won't be in the gaming industry for long. And if we take a quick peek at the discussions page,
you know what's funny about that comment, right? Is that for people that don't know, so Mortal Kombat 10 came to PC, yeah? And it was being ported by High Voltage, right? Now, High Voltage, from memory, did MK9. Didn't do a bad job at all. But with MK10, for whatever fuck-up reason they decided to do this, or whoever decided to do this, they decided to release MK10 piecemeal. Meaning that at that time, like PS4 and stuff, the way that they were handling their business when it came to gaming was put the disc in, the game will start installing from the disc. It gets to a point where then you can start playing it. And then as you're playing it, the rest of the game will install in the background. Okay? They literally tried to do that with a PC game. With a digital download game. It doesn't work like that. Just let us download the whole fucking thing. We can download it fast anyway. But they did it in piecemeal. I downloaded it. I remember it was like 4 gigabyte. I'm thinking, man, this is really tiny. Right? You know why it was so fucking tiny? Because there was only 2 characters available and 1 stage. And then they're like, don't worry, in a few hours you'll get the next bit. The next bit? I'm sorry, are we on some sort of fucking ration here? Like, why are you rationing the game to us? You fucking idiots. Lo and behold, High Voltage now do not have anything to do with Mortal Kombat, right? And instead they hired Q-Lock to fix the fucking problem.
There are a lot of people saying, how the F do you mess up a collection of 20-plus-year-old ROMs? How did they break it? I just want to confirm with you guys, is the AI bugged? And if not, are you going to be adjusting it? How did you mess this up so badly? The online doesn't work. Major input delay. When is this going to be fixed? Non-functional online. 4 days and counting.
By the way, it's not just PC gamers that have been playing this for like decades. If you've had a functioning phone for a while, like, smartphones for a while and tablets have been able to play emulation for a really long time too. So it's not just on PC.
Online multiplayer still isn't working, so a lot of major criticisms are being levied towards them at this point, and it's so sad that there were so many people that were so hyped for this collection who are now either refunding it or they're just hoping and praying that Digital Eclipse is going to put some work and effort into this, though I can't say I expect them to, because they released it and we know how companies are. They launch remasters and then they set them and forget them, and they put a minimal amount of effort into them after release. So I'll be keeping my eye on this, but if you haven't purchased this yet, I highly recommend you hold off. You wait to see if they respond to the criticisms and if they actually do release some heavy lifting patches, or if they just, completely disrespect the people who bought this for $50. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
So I'll post a link in the description for Vara's video. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, like I refunded my other ones because or cancelled the pre-orders because I thought, well, I'm not spending all of that money. And imagine you get it and it's still fucked, right? We can't rely on what if. We can hope, but we can't rely on oh well they'll fix it or what, you know. Also not what if, but like hope that they can fix it, right? They I don't know who's doing the back end for the online stuff. It's not them because they've mentioned it. I covered it in a video. They're like, oh, you know, we've spoken to our back end about it. I don't know if it's through Atari or someone else, but there's something definitely like, you know, like they've got to talk to people to get this stuff sorted out, and it sounds like it's not part of DE, right? But anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.